My father's trying a case in front of him, and he says I've got to get things straightened out.
But you don't know what you're walking into. Father can't stand crime.
Crime?
Here, help me pick these coupons up.
Stick them inside your shirt. I'll put some in mine.
What we ought to have is a vacuum cleaner.
Well, Henry?
Okay.
What is it that's on your mind?
Judge Thompson, my father asked me to tell you something.
All right, Henry. Proceed.
Well, I just wanted to say, is it true you're buying an automobile?
I have been thinking of it.
Well, I think that's a very good idea.
That reminds me, there are several packages here that were left in my name at the courthouse. I wonder whether you boys would know anything about them.
Packages, Judge Thompson?
Of what, Father?
That's the curious part of it. This first package was left by some representative from the Johnson Automobile Agency. It contains several breakfast food coupons.
Isn't that strange?
It certainly is. Another package is from the Yellow Arrow Agency. And here is one from the Centerville Used Car Emporium.
All containing coupons, Father?
All containing coupons.
Do you suppose they're giving breakfast food coupons with cars this year?
You boys aren't by any chance saving breakfast food coupons, are you?
Saving them?
I hope that no one in this town thinks that I have reached the age where I save them.
No, I should think not.
At first, I was afraid you boys might be taking advantage of the fact I was considering a car. But knowing you as I do, I'm sure that bribery would be the last thing either of you would stoop to.
Yes, sir. If there's one thing that's terrible, it's bribery.
It certainly is. And it's one thing I never tolerate.
Yes, sir.
I'll tie these up again.
You mean you're going to return them?
I certainly don't know why I should keep them. But let's get back to what you were going to tell me.
Why, Freddie, do you remember what it was?
It certainly skipped my memory.
I had it right on the tip of my tongue, Judge Thompson. I couldn't tell you now if I had to.
Freddie, what in the world do you have wadded up inside your shirt?
Oh, that must be my underwear.
What do? Just carry it there? I see Henry's does the same thing.
Yeah, mine keeps slipping down.
I'll answer the phone, Father.
I'll answer it, thank you. I'll take it upstairs. It may be the call I'm expecting.
Freddie, take a look out the window.
What?
Coming up the walk. It's Mr. Johnson.
This is a fine time for him to come.
Didn't I tell you I should have confessed?
I certainly didn't stop you. You go to the door, Henry.
You go yourself. This is your house.
Freddie, do you see who it is at the door, please?
Oh, is somebody there?
Here I am, boys, as good as my word.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Johnson, we don't feel we should be of any more trouble to you.
Now, don't you worry about that. The car is right out in front. And by the way, here are some more blotters for you.
Freddie?
Yes, Father?
Who's at the door?
A man with some blotters.
Wasn't that your dad that called?
Yes, sir.
Ask him to come along with us.
I don't think he'd have time, Mr. Johnson.
Oh, it'll do him good to get out for a ride.
I don't think we'd better even bother him.
Let me step in and ask him.
Freddie, do you mind closing that door? Causing a draft up here.
See how nervous he is?
And if we like the car, that's all that counts with him.
Well, okay.
You wait in the car, and we'll be with you just as soon as we get our things on.
Hurry up, Henry. Get your coat. We gotta get out of here.
Freddie, take a look out the window.
Why?
There are two more men coming up the walk, and they both got cars out by the curb.
You're crazy. There are 4 cars out there, and 2 station wagons are just pulling up.
Let's go out the back door.
And leave him here with my father?
Well, I don't want them.
Do you suppose we could get in Mr. Johnson's car and tell all the rest to follow?
And what?
And give them each a try along the way.
Sure, have a demonstration of 9 cars all at once, I suppose.
How do you do?
I was sent up here from the Marvel Car Agency, and I'm from the Honest Duty Company.
Yes, sir. We'll be right out as soon as we get our coats.
And could you please tell the others to wait in their cars?
And would you mind my asking about how many cars your father is buying?
Just 1.
Just 1.
Yeah, but he's going to be very open-minded about it.
Sure, I can see that.
Boy, I'll say.
Come on, Freddie.
Going out, boys?
Oh, yes, sir.
I want you to take a look out the window.
Out the back window?
Out the front window. Those cars out there. What do you suppose it is? A parade?
Well, maybe it's a traffic jam.
I wonder who that could be.
I didn't see anyone come up the walk.
Suppose you let me go to the door.
Oh, I'd just as soon answer it, Judge Thompson.
Why, Henry, you bumped into a chair.
Now, I'll pick it up.
And I will go to the door.
Well, Freddie, Here's where everything busts open.
And all because of an idea you had.
I didn't think of all of it. At least I didn't think of this part.
Well, how do you do?
How do you do, Judge?
Henry,
Is Mrs. Thompson
it's
here?
your mother.
I was just passing by, and I wondered whether she might be in.
Would you like to have me go home with you, Mother?
Wait a minute. You're not going to leave me with all the gang out there.
But my mother may want some help.
Henry, I don't need any help.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Thompson is out.
Perfectly all right, Judge Thompson. My goodness, Henry, let me fix your shirt.
I can fix it all right, thank you.
What did it do, dear? Shrink?
That's the way they wear them this year.
Oh, by the way, Henry, this isn't why I dropped in, but have you seen your father's humidor around the house anyplace?
His humidor? You mean that big sort of a mahogany box?
Yes.
I wonder whether that's the same one that's up under my bed.
I hope, Henry, you haven't taken to smoking your father's cigars.
Oh, no, Judge Thompson. I've just been using it to keep my coupons in.
Your coupons?
Did I say coupons?
Yes, Henry. You said coupons.
Well, that's what I mean, coupons.
Soap coupons, Henry?
Yeah, soap coupons.
What soap, dear?
Why, I wonder what that could be. Couldn't I answer that door, please?
Stay right where you are, son.
Yes, dear. Never open a door that belongs to somebody else.
How do you do, sir?
Judge Thompson, about how much longer is it going to be?
For what?
Why, for the demonstration.
You're planning a demonstration? A political demonstration?
A power demonstration. What the car can do.
You don't say so.
Of course, maybe there's a mistake someplace. You don't have 2 boys here, do you?
2 boys.
Yeah. Don't tell me I've been eating breakfast food 3 times a day just for nothing.
Boys?
You want us, Father?
Oh, there you are.
Freddie, look. There's a man here to give us a demonstration. I guess.
Hello there.
You boys are buying a car?
Well, not for ourselves. We're just looking into it for somebody.
For whom, dear?
For my Sunday school teacher, Mr. Sutherland.
Are you coming?
Goodbye, Father.
Goodbye.
Oh, goodbye, Mother.
Goodbye.
Isn't it funny? Your father didn't say more?
Now listen, is your dad buying a car or isn't he?
That's just what I was going to ask.
Sure. He's going to buy a car.
Are you sure? Because my family's eaten enough breakfast food in the last week to use up the commission on 3 cars.
The trouble is, my father's sending all the coupons back to you.
Good, that's just fine. And until he buys a car, we keep them.
And you can thank yourselves for that noise.
Don't you think we'd better tell a few of them to go home, Henry?
No, Freddie, I've got a swell idea.
Another one?
Let's get in Mr. Johnson's car and tell the rest to follow him.
Where to?
Out to the edge of town.
All of them?
Sure. And on the way, Mr. Johnson, would you mind driving me by my girl's house over on Walnut Street?
Now listen, boys, you've timed all 9 of us in first gear. You've timed all 9 of us in second gear. You've even timed all 9 of us in reverse. There isn't anything more a car can do.
There's just one thing more, Mr. Johnson.
There is.
Sure. This is a peach of a road, and there's hardly any traffic on it. Couldn't all 9 of you line up and we'll have a race?
A race? 9 cars have a race on a public highway?
Why not?
Are you crazy? And anyhow, there aren't 9 of us anymore.
What became of the rest?
They've given up breakfast food and have gone back to their normal life.
You mean the sale is between us 2?
It is.
Well, why can't we see you 2 race?
Oh, no.
You're afraid to.
What do you mean I'm afraid to?
Certainly looks it.
It wouldn't be a race. I'd leave them so far behind.
Says who?
I do.
Well, line up then.
You will race?
If it's speed you want, we'll give it to you.
How fast does Judge Thompson usually drive a car?
Oh, quite fast as a rule.
He does? Well, then, this is the car for him.
Oh, here he is.
All set?
He's all ready, Henry. I'll start him.
Oh, no. No. Let me start them. It was my idea, Freddie.
Okay.
Get on your mark. Get set.
Got her, Mr. Johnson?
I've got her.
Go. Hey, Freddie.
We're off.
Can't you sort of open her up, Mr. Johnson?
It is open.
Yeah, but he's way ahead.
We'll beat him or I'll give you the car.
Look at her pickup, Fred.
We're passing him.
Keep her open, Mr. Johnson.
He's shooting ahead.
I haven't even started to go. Now, what could that be?
Maybe there's a fire someplace.
It's a policeman.
Yeah, he's racing too.
I might have known this.
You mean we can't finish the race?
All right, stay right where you are. What is this, anyhow?
Oh, we were just racing, officer.
That's going to be a big help.
You know what the law permits?
Yes, sir.
All right, follow me back to town.
We're going to have an escort.
We certainly are.
Pull over to one side and let this car that's coming go by.
Freddie, look who it is.
Who is it?
Well, Judge, you couldn't have come along at a better time.
Uh-oh. It's my father.
Something gone wrong, boys?
Where did you get the new car, Dad?
I bought it, Betty. It was delivered just after you left.
It was.
Is that right?
Judge, you ought to take $10 from both of these men. They were demonstrating for the boys, weren't they?
We were.
Yes. Well, report at the courthouse tomorrow morning, gentlemen, and I'll give you both a good talking to.
What becomes of the coupons we saved?
We'll turn those over to the police department. Perhaps they can get some new instruments for the band.
Where did you buy your car, Judge Thompson?
Didn't you know, Henry, that during the week your Sunday school teacher sells cars?
Him?
Yes.
Well, what do you know about that?
Henry Aldrich will be back with us in just a moment. We don't like to think, ladies and gentlemen, that Jell-O puddings could ever create what might be termed a domestic situation. But, just listen to our latest letter of the week. The author, Mr. Rodman Powell of San Francisco, is here in our Hollywood studio right now, enjoying a visit to the City of Stars as a guest of those star desserts, Jell-O puddings. And I'm going to ask him if he'll just read us what he wrote. Mr. Powell.
My favorite Jell-O pudding is chocolate. And it used to be that when my wife served it, she always made my dish a bit larger than the rest. Well, that started trouble right away. First, my daughter gave me a big hug and kiss and wanted to trade dishes with me. Next week, my son offered me a free copy of the magazine he sells if I'd trade with him. So now we always make up 2 packages for each meal instead of 1. And we all have extra big dishes. My wife doesn't mind because it's as easy to prepare 2 boxes as 1. And in this way, everybody's happy.
So everything's all right now, Mr. Powell.
To tell the truth, I don't know whether it is or not. There's some talk about 3 packages for each meal, and we may end up with 4, 1 for each of us. Because when it comes to Jell-O puddings, about the only word my family seems to know is more.
Well, that just proves that you folks know a good thing when you taste it. And speaking of more and more families every day are discovering the smooth, mellow delight of Jell-O chocolate pudding, exclaiming over its rich, old-fashioned chocolatey flavor. They like Jell-O vanilla and butterscotch pudding, too, and they enjoy them often because they're easy and economical to serve. So try these 3 delicious new Jell-O puddings yourself, ladies and gentlemen. You'll say you never tasted anything so good.
You know, Mary, Mr. Putney says I have a perfect lip for it.
A perfect lip for what, Henry?
For the cornet, Mary. He says he'll have me playing Jingle Bells by Christmas.
And where will the rest of us be by then?
Yeah, but once you get used to the cornet, it'll develop your musical appreciation.
Well, musical appreciation with fanfares, frills, trills, and many laughs will be coming your way next week, so be sure to listen at the same time for more adventures of Henry Aldrich. The Aldrich Family, starring Ezra Stone, is written by Clifford Goldsmith. Original music composed and conducted by Felix Mills. Don Wilson speaking and wishing you good night for those delicious new desserts all America's talking about, Jell-O puddings.